Thank you, Sue, for letting me know about that. Um, awesome. That should be better then, yeah. So I was just saying that we've got Andy's pictures up here, and we're just going to have a little look at some of the pictures that you guys took last week when we were out and about in Sunderland. Obviously, we were out and about. We went to first we checked out some of the graffiti down by Sunnyside. Then we went up to Mowbray Park and we got a couple of nice shots of some of the nature and so on. Got some pretty cool photos there. And then after that, so yeah, you were there as well, Sue, right? And after that, we headed up for the Civic Centre because yeah, obviously you may be thinking, why would you want to go to the Civic Centre? It's so ugly, but that's kind of why, because I think that there's a lot of kind of interesting textures and patterns there. For some of the more abstract stuff we can do. So we went there as well. Then we walked down through Park Lane, got some shots near Mackie's Corner, Elephant Tea Rooms, and then we went over to the bridge and we got a few shots on the bridge as well. But by the time we got to the bridge, it just started to rain. So we managed to make it almost the full session without any rain, and then a bit of bad luck at the end there. But we made it all the way. So at least it rained at the end. And hopefully, if we get ourselves to Roker Beach next Thursday, hopefully we'll have a bit of sun because that would be absolutely lush. But we'll see how we get on, guys. Fingers crossed. Yeah, we can only hope. Alrighty then. So let's have a little look. We're gonna see. So Andy, yes, I was just saying this is your little kitty, mate, isn't it? Is this your and Amelia's kitty? It's absolutely lush. What's their name? Look at that. Oh my god, there's two kitties. That's absolutely unreal. Look how cute they are. I'm a cat man myself. I know it's always cats or dogs, right? That's always it's always one or the other. But for me, it's definitely cats. I absolutely love cats, mate. Yeah, guys. So we're probably gonna spend like the first half of the session just kind of going through our stuff that we got from last week. But I'm gonna try and be a little bit quicker this week because we've got a lot more content. So I'll try my best just to kind of whiz through it. And if at any point somebody sees, if anyone sees anything that a picture that they like, let me know and we can stop at it. Otherwise, I'll just kind of have a little mission about and I'll just kind of scroll through and you guys can keep me right. Yeah, cute as that really is, Sue. Absolutely lush. Oh, it's went to her daughter Kelsey. There was four, but gone now. Oh, bless. They absolutely lush. Oh, they're absolutely lovely. Right, so there we got the first one. It's in Sunnyside when we were just getting started there. And these are the ones Andy took on his camera. Quite nice there. Good rule of thirds. Nice composition down this line. Like that was a good start. Cool. We've got a nice bit of like the texture there. As I was saying, guys, if it's I'm going to go through all of them, but it will be a little bit quicker, and I'm going to be stopping now and then at one or two photographs, and then we can kind of spend a little bit more time on some of the ones that we look through. I think that seems like the most efficient way to do it. So we'll do it like that, guys. This is cool, that nice little bit of graffiti there, the stencil shed. There's like a picture of someone taking a picture. I'm a fan of that. Cool, yeah. And there we go. So yeah, if you see, guys, that was the first location that we went to. There was just this nice bit of graffiti just down by Sunnyside. And yeah, it's quite, if you've never been there before, I definitely would go and check it out because it's quite nice. It's the full scale of the building. And also, I always think that that part at the end where it's like the end of the roof, it looks like the end of the butterfly's wing. I don't know if that was intentional, but see that the line ends on the same part. I think that's pretty cool. That's a nice pic there, Andy. Yeah, and then we've got the full picture there as well. It's a nice full shot. Cool, that's a nice bit of detail there. I remember that actually these kind of things here are all round Sunderland, like these different kind of paintings, and like you and Amelia were doing, Andy and Amelia, sorry, were doing such a good job of picking out these kind of little objects. Like I remember you guys found one with some owls on top of a building that I didn't see, and I was like, wow, like I never would have noticed that. So really good attention to detail there. for spotting some of those things, guys, because I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I got a nice close up there of the butterfly. Once again, that's really nice. I like this one as well. We've got a 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's not quite widescreen, it's not quite square. And then obviously we've got that butterfly kind of nice resting on that line there. So I think that's a nice shot there as well. So good job. Cool. Yeah. Obviously that out of focus, but I think that was really far away, if I recall. So it was a good job just to capture that. That might be one of the pictures I was talking about, which is quite far away. Nice. I've got like a seagull looking very proud there, which is quite a good capture. He looks very angry and very proud. Cool, nice little sign here. And yeah, I like that a lot. That's nice. That's a good photo. So that's a nice shot of kind of some of the textures that were on the wall there. I like that. And obviously we're talking about filling up the frame as well. Like, because you think that the thing is that could be, I'm not sure if that is the floor or if that's a wall, but it actually could be either, right? Like you look at that and you think that it's a wall because of the way it is, but then if you kind of pay more attention to it, that it could maybe be the floor as well. So I'm a big fan of this one so far. By the way, if anybody sees anything that they like about any of the pictures, just pop them in the chat as well and just let me know. Just say, oh, I really like this, or I think that that's really cool. It's the wall, is it? Well, yes, so that's a thing. It could be the wall or the floor, and it's quite nice. I'm a big fan of this one. Good abstract photo. Norfolk Street, there we go. Home of Savvy Towers. Nice, cool shot. I really like that attention to detail that you guys have. This is a really good one. I actually really like this shot because I like how it's like rested just in the middle line. And once again, like it's difficult to see in this, but that's actually from really far away that Andy's took that. So you've done a good job to be able to capture that from where you were. So well done, mate. Nice, yeah. I like this one as well. So yeah, guys, who can point out one thing about this picture here? Because there's a couple of good things about this one. This is a nice one. Got some peppermint tea, guys. Don't know if you've ever had it before, but it's awesome. At first you have it and you think, oh, this tastes like toothpaste, but then once you get into it, it's actually really good. Yeah, so obviously there's a bit of a delay between me and you guys as well, so just give you a chance. So you can see the road in the reflection, really good. I'm surprised that you picked up on that because we've never learned about that yet. But that's really good. So well done, Amelia. That's absolutely right. So basically what that is, that's called a double exposure. And basically that is just when the light, you've got something that's a mirror or something that's reflective, and it's the light that's reflecting. Good job, Lee. Yeah, it's the reflection. So we've got a nice double exposure there of the man and the light, and you see how it's both perfectly, excuse me guys, in focus as well. So I think that looks absolutely lovely. That has came out really, really nicely. And then also the depth of field and the angle, exactly right, Charlotte. So two good points. You've took this on a slightly tilted angle, which is perfect. If you took this straight on, it would have looked flat and quite lifeless. But because you've took it on a slight angle, it's gave you that nice depth of field and it's gave you that kind of depth in the image. So it looks brilliant. And then if you look at the background as well, like if we look over there, that's nice shallow depth of field, that right? So you've got that nice blur in your background as well. But also, final thing, the red man is it's like the red man is stating that the traffic has stopped. Exactly. He's like, yeah, he's saying it's stopped, and obviously you've got a nice rule of thirds there as well. So that's coming right down that line on the rule of thirds. So that absolutely works perfectly as well. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Good, like that one a lot. So good, yeah. I think that's a software center. Nice, yeah. We've got a nice shot of the tiger in Mowbray Park. This is something that I think Andy might have took a couple of these. This is something that I picked up on. This is a really good shot, actually. And also, it's the use of framing. So if you remember, guys, oh, bugger. So we talked about framing quite a bit, right? And that's actually being able to place your image inside of stuff. This is an absolutely beautiful job of this because it would have been very easy to put the actual frame in focus by accident, but as you can see, that's out of focus, which it should be, which is brilliant. and then you've got this lovely frame. It's like kind of drawing your eyes right into the center. And then if you look like almost perfectly in the center, we've got this man here, or this lady rather. She's walking a dog, so that is absolutely brilliant. So I think that is a really good snap. This is one of the best ones so far, I think, Andy. I think this one's a really good one. I think we might have took a couple of these as well, but I think sometimes pictures are all about timing, and I think the timing is perfect that you've got her right there in the middle. And once again, guys, if you think about angle, it's not tucked dead on. It's tucked slightly to the side, which I think looks quite nice, and that works in its favor. I think for this image, it would have been okay to do it dead on, but I think because of the way that it lines up with the park, it was best to get it from this angle. So I think that that's really, really good. So good job, mate. And there you go. Once again, we've got a nice kind of frame in there of just the block. So we've got each triangle in, and then we've got the little kind of window inside there. So that's quite cool too. I'm a big fan of these. I think this was a really good idea. Yeah, we've got some the nice kind of pond there or lake, and then yeah, once again, same again there. That's quite nice as well with the chair coming through there. It would have been perfect if someone was sat there, but obviously that's out of your control. That's like, it's down to it's down to the moment. It's down to, relying on kind of people, I guess. And also just the kind of difference in the textures as well. You've got the separation of the stone coming across the middle, and then you've got the grass and you've got the water there as well. So all good, man. Nice, yeah. Once again, some of the statues from really high up. So yeah, I think that's what's good as well, that you got a lot of those pictures which are quite unique, because not a lot of people are obviously going to get those when they're quite high, and it's good that you're being creative and thinking outside the box like that. So I think that that's a very good shot, good idea as well. So good job on that, mate. Yeah, once again we've got some nice shots. So there, if you want to, obviously we're talking about exposure, guys. So you can see that's about 2 f-stops of difference. Could have been ISO, as well. So you've got the light there, and that's quite strong. And you can just see how much of a difference exposure actually makes. So that's slightly underexposed maybe. But you've still got that's still exposed, that part, but maybe some of it is a little bit darker, and it's quite dark. And then you've got it where it's maybe slightly overexposed, but it's quite bright as well. So you've got like the two contrasts there. So if you're ever wondering how much of a difference exposure you can make, there's a good example. So yeah, good. Let's have a little look. Yeah, we've got some nice shots of some of the ducks and swans as well. That's a nice shot, that one there. Big fan of that. Trying different settings. So there you go. Just kind of, and that's the best thing to do, Andy, as well, because obviously I can tell you like, oh, this is the best exposure to have for certain settings. It's best to have your shutter speed like this. It's best to have your ISO like this. It's best to have your aperture like whatever. But generally, it's just down by eye. You know, it's hard to predict what the lighting conditions are going to be like on the day. So it's really down to you to be able to kind of put the settings yourself and to see what's looking the best through the viewfinder, what's looking the best through your display. So yeah, this is a cracking shot here. Obviously, once again, we're talking about rule of thirds, right down on that line, and that's really nice there. And obviously, I think I said to Andy at the time, like, just the water, like the way the light was hitting the water was lush, absolutely lush. So yeah, that's a big thing I like about that as well. And then yeah, nice. I mean, pictures like this, just swans are just gorgeous as well. So, but yeah, this is a slightly darker one, which is quite nice though, but looks good. Once again, yeah, and then you've got a little duck, cheeky little duck, just peeking in the background there as well. Nice. That was when he was flapping his. I remember that was he was flapping his like little flippers there, right? And we were just trying to get like a shot of that. Nice. And you can see I like this one here because you've got the nice lead in of the water. So it kind of comes down and you can see the path that he's kind of came from. So that's what I like about that one. Obviously, there's a huge ruckus with all the ducks in the background, which is quite nice that you've got that captured that as well. But like just the line to see where he's moved from, I think that's really cool. I think that's like a good little touch. And then that's a nice solo shot of the is it swan? It's a swan, right? Or geese swan? I might always forget that. Yeah, looking really beautiful there, just chilling by himself. That's a good one shot, I think. So big fan of that as well. Nice. Don't know what he's doing. I think he's flapping a little bit, but yeah, it's a cool two shot. I like as well that the angle that they're both on, that they're kind of on like like they're on like a diagonal line, which I think looks really good. So you can see that in the you can see the difference between the foreground and the background. It creates a sense of depth in the image. So I like that as well, Andy. Good stuff, mate. Let's go. Got some more nice shots. Shot of Amelia taking a shot. Another one. That's a cool shot that we've got on the sundial. So you've got the placement quite nice there. And yeah, we've got the good next ones, the trees. And then, oh my god, guys, there's the rat. Oh my god. Well done to capture that, because yeah, there was a rat in the park, and it's a good job by Andy that managed to capture that rat, because I didn't know that it was. I tried to get it. I don't think I managed to get a shot of it. So yeah, good job, man. Oh, it looks scary, spooky stuff, man. Must say I'm not the world's biggest fan of rats, and I like. It's not a huge fan. I told him not to send him in. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's funny, man. I think it's good. It's good. Yeah, just the more the merrier. Really, it's fine. Um, and then yeah, we've got some nice kind of texture there, and that was one of the things that once again, as we were saying, is the ones with you. Okay, I got you. Um, so yeah, that's really high up. And yeah, so good job to be able to capture that. I know obviously it seems a bit blurry, but it's understandable given that it was like such a height and you were so far away from it. So good job just to capture it. And there, once again, that one's a little bit better. But yeah, it's hard to be able to focus in on something when it's that far away, and you don't have a tripod as well. So good job to just be able to capture it. That's quite nice, and it is overexposed, but I think it kind of works in its favor because it kind of gives it like a white background, and it makes it look like almost quite angelic. So yeah, it is kind of overexposed, but I think it looks quite cool. That's why I need a tripod. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely worth looking at, Andy. And there is some like there's some quite affordable ones around if you have a little look. If you're ever thinking about getting one, you can just drop me an email and I'll let you know like what I think of it if you want, obviously. So yeah, but I brought the monopod last time. No, I don't know if I would bring. Um, at some point we'll have a go on, and I'll bring out some of the tripods that we've got in the office, and we can have a little go, and you can see what you think about it. Um, yeah, we'll be able to put your camera on it and see how it is. Did you ever go on the monopod at all? I'm not sure if you had a chance. Um, but if I bring it next week, I definitely would have a little go on it because even a monopod is change. It's a world of difference. Cool. I love that. That's got the bird on top of it. Wow, that's such a good capture. So well done to get the bird actually like rested on its head. That's a really good shout. Um, well done, man. Nice. Yeah, good central placement coming along there. Nice that you took it on an angle as well. So that's quite well taken. And then yeah, that's nice. There, I like that the framing of this is really nice. So this is out of the ones that you've took of this. This is the best one, definitely, mate. Because you've got that really lovely surface divider here, right? And then you've got the tree as well. So it both pushes together for you to be able to see this statue. So this is actually a really nice picture, mate. And even the cable, which might be a bit of a nuisance, adds a bit of character as well. And then you've got that bird resting on the top, which is just really good. Just a little bit of bonus as well, and it's perfectly in focus as well. The exposure is good, and it's in focus too. So when you're shooting against like a light blue sky like that, it can be quite difficult sometimes because it always seems overexposed. But it's good. You did a good job there. But yeah, textures. So nice shot of textures. So that's decent. Little shot there of some of these, bud. So that's pretty cool. Take that. And cool, yeah, nice little memorial picture. Looks good, man. I didn't even notice this as well. So you guys did well to kind of pick up on some of the. That's the good thing about photography as well, right? You take everyone at the same place, and everyone comes out with different pictures. So I think that kind of shows how your personal style can influence how you shoot photographs, and it's really like kind of how you see the world in a way. I know that sounds a bit corny, but like it is kind of like you're just sharing your vision with other people, really. And I think that's one of the cool things about photography too. Onwards, guys. Wow, this is an awesome one. This one. But yeah, like this is like right in amongst a bunch of different kind of leaves and stuff. And I think this is great, guys, because you know we've studied populating the frame, right? How you can kind of populate the frame with a bunch of different stuff. This is a great example with this. And another thing with this that I really like is the differences in shallow depth of field. Um, so you've got in the background there, it's quite like shallow, but then you've got some parts which are in like purely focused. Like yeah, like that bit is totally in focus. And like some, like this bit here. So yeah, it's a really good mix on these bits here. Like totally yeah. So I think this is really good, right in the center. There was a bee flying around right in the center. Oh, so that's the bee, is it? Oh, cracking. Yeah, it is. Nice. Yeah. So remember we were talking about high shutter speed. Obviously, it might have messed up your brightness at the time, but a high shutter speed would maybe let you catch that motion just a little bit better. But I think that you already did a really good job there because they're a bit of a tinker, aren't they? But yeah, you've got to be bang in the middle there. So good job, mate. Yeah, I like this picture a lot actually. It's really really cool. Nice, nice, good job capturing that. And that's the little guy there as well, isn't it? Got a nice little swan guy. That one's quite nice. Think it would be if I think there's just a slight that one's slightly out of focus, but I think if we had they were both in focus, that'd be like a really fantastic picture because the distance between them apart, I think it looks really really cool, and it's good as well. It's in a good place. Like that one's really good rule of thirds as well. Yeah, these are all good, and yeah, you managed to get going away, which is good as well. Here we go. So yeah, guys. Obviously, I know some of you watching this weren't able to attend the session. So for those of you that weren't able to attend, guys, we had a hawk. There was like a hawk kicking about, which is absolutely unreal. I think that yeah, we managed to be able to kind of there was a hawk handler, and he was handling the hawk, and what he was saying that you know they have to come. The council hires them to come so that they can scare off the seagulls. I mean, guys in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong there, if I said anything out of school there, but yeah, like I think that's what they bring the hawk over for, and he kind of just scares some of the seagulls off, obviously because he's like a big bird of prey. But how cool is that? He looks pretty intense as well, doesn't he? It's it was surreal to see him up close. There he is, looks pretty angry, and also yeah, nice picture as well. I think the exposure is quite nice on this one. It's really good, and that one's good as well. Yeah, just a little bit brighter. Get him kind of got him bang in the center there, so that central alignment really works for this shot. And you can see that there's like perfect focus on his head there, with a nice bit of shallow depth of field in the background. Yeah, and same again there. Look at his little face. Bless him. It's absolutely lush. That's a good shot as well. I like there's a lot of headroom in this, but I actually think it kind of works in this picture. So yeah, that's fine. Because that's something to be cautious of sometimes is how much headroom you've got in the image. Like, is it too much? Is it too little? But don't obsess over that because people obsess over that, and then you know, it won't be the best. But yeah, nice little portrait shot there as well. You got the full body shot. You took it on a portrait angle. That one works as well. If we just crop that, if we didn't have that guy's hand in, it would be perfect. But still, it's really nice. And yeah, you just get a bit agitated, can't you? Some more nice shots. He looks so angry all the time. That one's a nice one. I like this one. Right in the center as well. It's good to switch it portrait for that because you wanted to get it full in as well. So that was a good choice. This one's really good because you've got the nice rule of thirds going down there. So that's good. Some duck. And then yeah, obviously the difference of exposure again, guys. Overexposed, normal exposure. Nice reflection as well of the winter gardens there going down. Good job, man. So yeah, some nice shots. And then this is a really cool one as well, actually. Well done on getting this, actually. So yeah, managing to capture all these birds in mid-flight. I know I feel like I've repeated it a couple times already, but once again, populating the frame, guys. Getting all of these in the shot. All you need is get them in focus, get them all in the shot, and then that's it. It's brilliant. It looks good. It's a really good shot. Some of them are kind of silhouetted by the light as well. So there you go. I noticed as well, right? Like, is that just part of the cloud? Just give me 2 seconds, man. I think I might have just been the cloud. Thought there was like a little mark in the bottom left here, but I think it might just be the cloud. I was wondering if it was a mark on the lens. Could have literally just been rain or anything as well. But yeah. Yeah, we've got a couple of another nice pictures there. That's cool. It's nice texture. That one looks good. I think I like the exposure on that one because it makes the grass look quite green. And yeah, some nice buildings. And cool, yeah. You guys had a little pop into the winter gardens, which is awesome. That's a nice shot. That's a really good shot, that, because guys, how often do I tell you about how lighting is key? Lighting is everything. And look at that. The lighting there is perfect because everything else around it's dark. But you can see the lighthouse lights up that background. And then you've got like a vignette. Guys, I know that sounds like a mad word. A vignette is like a black circle around the outsides of the image. And a vignette can help draw you into the middle of the image. That is something that I'll show you how to edit, because it's something that we looked at it a tiny bit when we did the Lightroom editing on the smartphone. I don't know if you remember that, but we looked at a vignette then. But this has like a natural vignette on it, so that looks really, really nice, I think. And then also you've got the shadow of the lighthouse. This is a really good shot. It looks like a painting. It does look like a painting. This is this is a really good shot. And it's lighting, guys. Lighting's everything. And then yeah, so you see that, right? So see, that once you've put the exposure on, you've maybe put the flash on, and if you look at that, right? For me, it's good that you're experimenting. Of course, you're going to try the different options. I would do the same thing myself. But if you can see this one, it's just so flat. Like in comparison, it's like flat, and you know everything kind of feels the same. There's no kind of real definition in any of the colors. But if you go back to this one, you look at all the kind of definition that has in it, and look at the mood and the atmosphere that this one has compared to that one. So, you know, that's the difference. Yeah, I like it without the flash. Exactly right, Andy. This one here is great, right? And then that one there, it's too high key. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, lighting, guys. You can make stuff moody. That's when you like kind of make mood, when you kind of just have low lighting, but you know, you're using the light sources, so you do have areas which are solidly exposed. So well done. And you get that nice vignette as we mentioned. Okie dokie. Cracking. That's cool. And then yeah, once again, some nice statues. Nice bit of the textures here. And yeah, nice little memorial there, obviously. Cool, yeah, nice little work of framing as we were talking about once again. And yeah, that's a nice little window. I like that. And I like the central alignment of that, like bang down the middle. So well done there, mate. And yeah, that's bro. And then yeah, I remember when you took that as well, and I thought that that was a really good shot. So this is a great one. I just love all of the greens, and I know this is unedited, right? But if you edited this shot, you could make it look amazing, because greens you could pop up really loads. If you put the tint slightly up and the vibrance slightly up on Lightroom, on the Lightroom app for mobile, that we looked at in that session, it would make that look incredible. Just put the vibrance up, put the saturation up slightly, and put the tint towards green, and it would look absolutely lush. But it's a nice, really nice picture. Good framing. So guys, I want you to always, guys, to remember about framing. Look for opportunities like this where you've got like a natural frame with these trees. It looks lovely, and then you've got that white lead and line going along, and then you've got like the palm trees there, kind of. Are the palm trees? I don't know. So yeah, great. Yeah, same again there. Nice, and that's a nice little kind of close up there. Like, is that like an egg? Oh wow, that's cool though. Nice little abstract picture. And that one, you got the nice decay. Looks really cool. And then obviously some nice pictures in the Civic Center. I'm just gonna pop through these a little bit faster. That's a really nice shot, that one. Just so we've got time for everybody. And yeah, it's lush. I mean, and then we've got the last one there. So cracking, good job to Andy. So yeah, big virtual round of applause there for Andy because that was class, mate. You did some really good shots, and well done, bro. I really enjoyed looking through those. And there, that's obviously the nice because we're talking about the Civic Center, right, and some of the different patterns they've got. Okie dokie. So, right, cool. So we're gonna go back into here, and we'll look at Charlotte's, right? So we've still got some more of Amelia and Andy's, because that was from their camera. They also took some shots on our camera, so we'll have a little look at that at the end. We'll do Charlotte's and Linda's first, and then we'll go back to yours, and we'll just pick out some of the more prominent ones because obviously we've got quite a few pictures there. So right, let's have a little look. So Charlotte 270820, that's the right one. Final picks. Okay, thank you, Charlotte. I know you sent me a bit less this time. You don't have to do that, Charlotte, but I appreciate that. Obviously it's fine to send more as well, but obviously we just got a limited amount of time, so we can't spend too much time on everything. But here we go. This is a really good shot. So well done, because right off the bat, Charlotte, this is a nice shot. Composition wise, everything works. You've got all of the imaging, so you can see the whole thing. It looks great. One of my favorite things. Can anybody point out one thing they like about this picture? I'll give you. I'll give you what I'm thinking. Let's see what everyone. Let's see if we're all on the same page. But yeah, this is a really good image of this thing here. Because this is not an easy thing to photograph, actually. Surprisingly. It looks like it would be easy, but it's not. So I can let you guys know if we'll have a little look. Anytime, Andy, dude. Good job. Yeah, so that's a good point. Yeah, so obviously the wing flows on the edge. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that as well. Let's see, is anybody else? Can anybody else kind of point anything out? Okay, I'm gonna say what I like about this is it looks like it's took on a tripod, but I know it's not. So I love that the angle it's took, even though it's dead on, it really works for the image. I love the separation between this building and this building. So you've got like this kind of graffiti in the like decay of this stuff here. But then you've also got like this lovely kind of building next to it. And I just think the contrast between these two things looks really, really interesting. So I think that that's really good that you've got quite a very wide angle shot, and you've captured a lot of detail in that shot. So well done, Charlotte. And there's another kind of angle. Just experiment with the angle. So you've got a landscape shot there, quite wide, and then you've got a nice portrait shot there as well to get it from a different kind of perspective. So that's quite cool. And then obviously there was the boots here, and I think that's very cool. Obviously, I remember when we saw those boots, I thought that it might be something that Charlotte would like because it's just like it's quite, it's quite arty, it's quite artistic, and it kind of makes you guessing. And I love that the actual desaturation of it, the positioning is really good. The way that it's all kind of on that one line, and I love that it's kind of the colors are quite like charcoal. That makes sense. It's like all kind of a similar kind of color tone. So I really like that. It's got like a very strong kind of grey effect to it. I dig that a lot. Some nice shots of the ducks here. Once again, we've got this nice kind of it's like long, like I guess long's the word, portrait shot of these two swans just resting on here. So that looks really nice. Got the big seal here with this behind it. So this is a nice shot because I think that what you've done here, Charlotte, which is really good, is we've got the big kind of seal, and then we've got all of the water around them. So you've got a nice bit of Charlotte depth of field there, but the colours are not that crushed. they're just crushed enough that you can see the separation between him and the background. And then also you've got like quite this building here. I don't know if it's the Weatherspoons. You've got that full thing in. Just thought it looked a bit like better in black and white. Yeah, it does. It looks great. I think it looks perfect. It looks, yeah, I think you're doing a great job. But it's not like pure black and white, is it? Or is it? Because it looks like quite grey. So I think that I like that. It looks great. Um, and yeah, I like that the leading lines of that coming out of there. There's just a lot kind of going on in the background, and I think that that looks really nice. That building coinciding with the wall, and then you've got the logo here, um, above the museum. So I think that's a quite nice shot. Um, definitely. I just love the lake behind him as well. It's a walrus, lol. That's it. What did I call it? I call it a seal. Yeah, it's clearly a walrus. I mean, look at the size of his huge tusks, right? But yeah, so thanks for keeping me right, Amelia. Um, this is a fantastic shot, guys. Very, very nice shot. So yeah, we've got once again got a portrait kind of angle, but we've got that really nice shallow depth of field behind it, and it looks like quite like moody, doesn't it? Like it looks quite like evil almost. Like, look at his eyes. Um, but yeah, that's a great shot, that, and it fits in nicely. It kind of goes in really well with the rule of thirds, and the background looks good as well. Like the separation between the water, like you've got the water there, um, and you've got the kind of background of the glass there. So I think that that is a really good shot of the hawk. Well done. And then this one's lovely as well. Once again, good positioning. You've got nice. You've got him turned his head, so you've got all of the details of his beak, and it looks like a really high quality shot. It looks like he looks like quite a tank, really, doesn't he? He looks like shoulder muscles or something, like he stood up or like or something like that. So that looks absolutely great. And then you've got these really nice crushed colors in the background, which I think looks really good as well, Charlotte. So well done. I think that looks really cool. So yeah, this is a really good shot too. I think it's at the end, and we've got one last one here, I think, as well, which I think looks great. Who can tell me what they like about this one? Let's go to the chat. So what do you guys like about this shot here? I think it's a really nice shot. Let's have a little look. It's lush. Let's see, guys. Oh, we've got some. Yeah, there's some more cool, really cool stuff as well. So I think I would say this. Let's see. I don't know, because I know that there's a bit of a delay, and it's like literally. I know that I step on people's toes sometimes because I'll say the answer, and then you guys will write it like just after I've said it, and you're like, oh. Okay, guys. Well, yeah, I'll give it a second. Okay, so what I really like about this one, right, is some of the shallow depth of field in the background. The bird is stood out because the background is blurred. Brilliant, Amelia. Perfect. Good answer. Yeah, exactly. You've got a really good separation between the background and the foreground. And not just that, but the composition is really good. Like the positioning of the bird sits nicely with the image. So well done. And then there you've got a really good one as well. That's maybe the best one, actually, because it's the detail's perfect. You've got like a really, really wide aperture, I'm guessing, because you've managed to capture all the detail of the bird, and you've really crushed the colors in the background. Like you can see, that's a very shallow depth of field, which looks absolutely great, with just that like green just popping them out. It looks very professional, really does. So good job, and yeah, you can see the detail just on his face, and in terms of like rule of thirds, like sitting perfectly on that line. It's perfectly on the line of like where he would be, like in terms of rule of thirds. So that's brilliant. Good shot there, Charlotte, as well. That's a really good one. Yeah, once again, it wouldn't. That's the thing. I was looking through Charlotte's pictures when she sent them over, and I was thinking like, where's all of the textures? Where's all of the abstract stuff? Okay, hold on. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that, Amelia. So yeah, you can see the reflection in his eye. Yeah, you can. You can see Charlotte there, right? I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but you can see Charlotte there. Look at the detail on that. It's such a high quality picture. Is that on your? Is that no go back on this one? One more. Yeah, you see it there too. Yeah, you can see how it reflects in his eye. Look at the detail now. Is that just on your I was on the right one. Yeah. Yeah, and that one you can see Charlotte a little bit. It's lush, this shot. It's absolutely lush. Did you you just shoot that on your stock lens, Charlotte? Or was that on it? Was that just on your lens that you've got? Because it looks really good. And yeah, well, as I was saying, I thought obviously it's not Charlotte's work if we don't have some abstract stuff, and then we got some. So I'm very happy to see that. I love the cracked textures there, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't. It looks brilliant. It's the details really good, and I can see guys like in everybody, like in Charlotte's, in Amelia's, Andy's, Linda's, and everybody even who's been with us, like even the people who've been at home, like Lee and everybody else. I can see the improvement in your guys' photography already. So, oh, maybe delayed my. Okay, so sorry about that. It was delayed. My comment you were on Gorilla Wall Pick when I said go back. Oh, I got you. Okay. But yeah, so like I think everyone's photography is improving every week. So I think that you guys should all be really proud because you've been doing some absolutely amazing stuff lately, and it's looking good every time. So just on the lens you got with your camera, it looks great, Charlotte. So yeah, it's obviously good quality because it does. It looks really good. Um, and yeah, look at that. And I think as well, obviously you're getting better with exposure and stuff, Charlotte. So you're able to capture it better. The cracks seem to look like a bird. Yeah, they do, don't they? That one, I know exactly what you mean. Like that's the wing, and then that's the wing, and then that's like kind of the tail. It does look like a bird a bit, doesn't it? It looks nice. That looks like a just like a kind of like a texture you would use for Photoshop. It's like that good quality and nice as well. Nice bit of kind of decay on the bricks there. And you can see that the leaking of it there as well. Looks really cool. So that's decent as well. Yeah, I like that a lot. Looks really cool. I love the white. I love the kind of the white staining on that as well as it comes down. It like kind of fades away the further down it gets. So that's really cool too, Charlotte. And nice, yeah. Once again, we've got like some nice desaturated tones over that, and you can see how the cobweb kind of wraps around the image a bit. So that looks pretty good, I think. Big fan of that. And then wow, that one's pretty cool too. I love that. I love the way that the angle is on that. So it kind of like captures the focus, like, and it goes from in focus to out of focus. So I think that looks really cool. So good job, man. And then yeah, obviously as I was saying, like the shots are all amazing. Wish mine hadn't screwed up. Sue, don't worry about that. Bring it on Thursday, and we'll look at it the week after. So when we look at all the shots we got from Roger, we'll include your ones from the week before as well. So we'll be sure to get them in. So don't worry about that, Sue. But yeah, I mean, this one's cracking, right? Because look at the way that you've had the beginning of the triangle at the very top. So this is quite like this is a very small picture. You've got it very at the very top, and then you can see like on the rule of thirds lines, you've got the two here, and as they kind of come down. So I think that looks really cool. The way that you've got the triangle kind of converging. So I think that's a nice shot there as well. Brilliant. And then yeah, we've got some kind of cool shots of the elephant tea rooms here. You can see a bit of the attention to detail there. That nice dragon, which looks awesome. And then you've got some kind of cool patterns here. And elephant tea rooms is one of my favorite buildings as well in Sunderland. I just think it looks so cool. And you can see this little elephant there. Look at that guy. What a legend. Cool. All right. Perfect, Charlotte. So yeah, everyone, Charlotte, virtual round of applause. That was absolutely great, Charlotte. So well done. Um, yeah, Amelia, Andy, Charlotte, you guys should all be really happy with that because they're all brilliant. I'm sure everyone in the chat who's watching is agrees as well. And hopefully, anyone who's in the chat who wasn't in the last set, it wasn't out with us last week when we were shooting. Hopefully, you can come to this next week's shoot coming up, because you'd definitely be most welcome. And okie dokie, guys. So we're going to pop on to Linda's, and then we're going to have a quick, super quick scan of Amelia's and Andy's, because there's a couple that really stick out to me that I wanted to note on. But we don't have too much time, guys, but we'll fly through that. So yeah, we're just going to whiz through Linda's as well. So brilliant. Nice picture of the two butterflies there. That's quite cool that she made that the focus. Have you noticed, guys, how everybody took pictures of this and everyone's pictures are different? That's kind of what I think is so interesting, as I was saying about photography, is just the differences in your style, in the way that you take stuff. And no problem, Charlotte. Thank you for making some cool pictures, and yeah, I'm really enjoying everybody's work. I think that you guys are doing a great job across the board. So like even the guys who are sending stuff in from home, I think that you're getting better every week. So keep it up, guys. And then that's quite a funny picture of Linda, right? Did you take that one, Charlotte? It's actually a good photo, though. If you think about rule of thirds, like that's perfectly on that line. So that's really funny. There you go. Absolutely class. So good on Linda. And you can also see, guys, that when it comes to safety, we don't mess about. You know what I'm saying? We've got the masks on, of course. So yeah, that's it. We've got the PPE in effect. There's no messing around, guys. And then Sunderland Street, okie dokie. Yeah, that one looks really cool as well. Like I think that the nice kind of um, patterns here on there, that's quite interesting. And I love the little pattern going along the top as well. So yeah, good job to Linda, because she's picked up on something. I don't even know where that is, and I think that looks quite cool. So definitely a good eye for the detail there. And once again, she's obviously kind of identified this building with these nice patterns, and I think that's great. I love these kind of two different ones. Composition looks good as well, so well done there, Linda. I think that looks cracking. I'm a big fan of that as well. And then yeah, we've got some nice leading lines going along here, so it looks quite cool. And the focus is good. It's good exposure. It's like well exposed image. And this is a really good shot. Okay, so I think that is maybe the tiniest bit out of focus, but like this is actually a really cool picture because it's such a weird kind of thing. You've got like 4 or 5 road signs all in a row. Like it almost looks like staged, right? It doesn't look like a real picture, but that's brilliant. So that is such a good example of capturing the moment, and I think that it's good as well that you had that on the foreground. So I think that that looks really good, and that is actually a really good shot. And I can't believe I never saw that one myself, because I would have took that picture too. But yeah, like because the good thing here as well. So yeah, so Sue's dropping some props in the chat. She's saying it's making a jaw drop, and she's smiling because they're amazing. So yeah, so thank you, Sue, for your feedback. That's much appreciated, and I totally agree. I think everybody's done a really good job. Um, so yeah, as I was saying, guys, the hard thing actually here, right, is to be able to get them all in the frame. So, like, depending on where you were stood, you'd only get 1 or 2 of these. But obviously, Linda's maneuvered, so she's got the 1, 2, 3, 4. So well done there. I think that's a nice picture. Nice, cool picture here, and well exposed. You've got the light kind of hitting the pavement nicely, so that looks good too. And cool, nice little tree there. That was iPhone, but like AYE, and the lampposts are in line too. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Amelia. Yeah, the lamppost kind of leads your eyes in as well. That's true. Um, that was iPhones, but with an AYE, so we all had a little chuckle at that. I thought that was quite funny. So yeah, and then yeah, it's just this is quite cool. Obviously, it looks kind of um a bit kind of torn down and worn down, but like there's sometimes some of the most ugly stuff is the most beautiful, if that makes sense. And I think that photography is all about that. It's about truth, it's about honesty, and it's about showing the world for what it is. And I think that that's a really nice shot that represents some of the like the beauty in the ugliness there. And then yeah, you've got these. That's a close-up shot that someone else got as well, but that's kind of brings out some of the like nice little pattern and the textures there as well. And yeah, nice little shot here. And this I think was not maybe my favorite or one of my favorite shots that Linda got, because I think that the way that it starts there, that's a really nice leading line that goes all the way up to there. So I think that that's perfect for where you would want to start with your angle. And then obviously the lighting looks cracking. So the lighting um, comes through here, and then it casts a shadow all along here. So I think that that is the best snap that Linda took. I really like this shot. Um, just love the way that the light casts these shadows going along here. They look like giant symbols close up. They do, don't they? I know which one you're talking about. This one. They do. Yeah, that's right, exactly. They look like loads of symbols, like kind of pushed together. So is that texture on the propeller sculpture in the park? I think it is. So yeah. So yeah, once again, love, big fan of this. And some nice shots of some of the nature, and then like another. And then the lighting here is really nice as well. So that's a nice bit of kind of lighting just in the background there and everything. So that looks absolutely perfect. Okie dokie, so good stuff. Oh, what's oopsie daisy? There we go. We've got some cool shot, and then that's a really cool shot as well of Linda taking a picture of Amelia. So I like this one a lot. I like that. I like the. Sorry, I don't want to skip all these. I love the lonely cigarette there. That one's there's a lot of that. That's quite good. Attention to detail, I think, is important in photography, and I think it nails it there because you've got these nice like leading lines as we were talking about, and then you've got some good detail there. So shots like this are quite like underplayed, but very nice. Yeah, good, great shot of Amelia. Good kind of central positioning, and I think to get her right there in the middle, makes a great shot because obviously she's taking a picture of Linda and Linda's taking a picture of her. So I think that that works perfectly well. So good stuff there. I think that looks really, really nice. So cool shot. Then some more nice shots. Well then, yeah, Linda got a good shot of that owl as well on the roof, which is difficult to get. Okay, guys, we are going to have a quick look through Andy and Amelia's. There's a lot of pictures here, so I'm just going to pick out the ones that stick out the most. I hope you don't mind, we might have a chance to revisit them on another session, but I'm just worried about occupying too much time. But there is some great pictures in here, and I would hate to not be able to show them. So yeah, we're going to kind of whiz through, guys. And if there's anyone that you guys want to go back to, make sure that you let me know. Right, okie dokie. So the graffiti here, I think looks awesome. Really, really cool. And nice, yeah. Some nice shots in here. And I love this, the texture in the park, I think looks brilliant. The way that it's kind of set up, I think looks really, really cool. So well done there to kind of nail that. Big fan of that as well. I think that looks awesome. Obviously why I went to the Civic Centre too. And yeah, this is perfect in terms of like getting your textures in. These are just yours, Amelia. Okay, cracking. Right. Well, yeah. We'll tell you what. We'll. There's a lot of pictures here, so we'll do our best. This looks lovely. Big fan of this. Love the way that the light is shining on these kind of textures, and I love the way that they populate the image. So very good job there, Amelia. Big fan of that. I think it looks lovely. So yeah, you did a really good job there. You guys are it's good because I see the pictures that because we learn stuff in class, and then I see the pictures that you do, and I can tell that you guys are listening. Because it shows in your pictures, and I think that's so good, and it's really impressive for me to see that, because it just shows that you guys actually paying attention in class. So I love that. And cracking, yeah. So yeah, talk about difference in exposure there. We've got like an overexposure, and then you've exposed it correctly, so that's good. Park Lane, nice. And let's have a little look. We've got some cracking shots down here. That's quite cool, yeah. And then this is really nice. So I love the way that this is exposed. Exposed. I love the way this is exposed. And the pattern is absolutely lush. So it looks so cool. And good job, Amelia, to get this on this angle. So you can see the way that the angle comes down like sharply. And it's really, really cool. So I think that that's a nice shot to capture that just on the angle. So well done on getting that. And then once again, yeah, just getting those textures in close there. Some nice stuff there. I love the way that kind of comes down. I think there's some even closer ones here. Yeah, I think that's my favorite one so far. Maybe really like that one because you can see the way that the textures kind of line up. I think that looks absolutely lush, and you can kind of see some of the details in the windows there. So I think that is a really good shot there. Well done, Amelia. And the aspect ratios, I think it's like 4:3, but it looks really, really good. And you can kind of see from the top one how it zigzags down. So it's really, really cool. But you got 3 different windows as well, which is good. And there you can see, if you're interested in what's inside of the windows, there you've got like a little mannequin doing a little sitting pose. So I think that looks really cool as well. Nice. And then, yeah, this is a good shot here. We've got Indian, is it called Indian tea rooms? Elephant tea rooms. You got elephant tea rooms, and good shot here to kind of have both of these elephants in kind of roughly in the same kind of symmetrical space as each other. So we talk about symmetry a lot. You got the symmetry of these, the windows, and then the elephants too. So there's a lot going on there. So Andy took that one for me. Good stuff, a great shot. And then you've got a really nice shot here of this elephant as well. I think this is the most detailed shot we got of one of the elephants, so well done for getting that one too. That's cracking. Looks great. And then we've got some lovely, like some nice detail here of some of the dragons coming across, so well done as well. That's nice. Brilliant. Well done on getting this as well, because they were quite hard to capture, so good job on getting the detail of that. I think that looks lush. The way that it kind of warps over, and then obviously we're talking about composition. It comes right down there, so that looks nice. The man one. I've got you. Oh yeah, the little mannequin. I know what you mean, Amelia. Brilliant. So good. And then this one's really cool as well, because this must have been an elephant tea rooms, right? But I don't think I noticed this, so good job on capturing that. I love the detail on that. Looks great. Looks like a giant like 99 cone, I think, a little bit. So that's really cool. Yeah, this one's really cool. I think this is really interesting because I love the way that kind of bridge warps around there, and then but you've still managed to capture a bit of the church as well. So I think that's quite an interesting picture actually. So good job on getting that too. And then that like a nice kind of milkshake, kind of desolate there, and you've got that in the background. So this is a really cool picture too. So good job on getting that, because you've got a nice bit of shallow depth of field there as well. There you can see it's slightly blurred in the background, but this popping out a bit. It's really nice. And then cool. Some of the shots. Wow, this one's really good. I'm surprised that you managed to get this zoomed in and get this quality of an image from that far out. So well done on that. That looks cracking there. It looks like a hat to you. It does a bit, doesn't it? I know which one you were talking about. The one a couple of pictures ago, right, Charlotte? This looks absolutely lush. So well done on getting this, because this was quite difficult. So I think this is maybe one of the best ones, or the best one I've seen of the boat photos we took, because I think they were quite hard to get. So well done on getting that. That's quality. I think the exposure is really nice. You've managed to get it really in focus. Like, look at that. The focus is so sharp considering you're so far away. And yeah, the composition's nice as well. It's like sat nicely in the center there. So that's a really nice shot of that boat. Cracking. There you guys are, looking down, and it's just as it's about to rain, unfortunately. But yeah, and then we've got some hawk shots. This is a really cool shot here. The bridge ones, Andy, Andy, I didn't trust myself. I would have dropped the camera. That's so funny. She was scared to hold the camera on the bridge. Well, fair enough, but it's a really nice shot, Andy, man. This is a good one here of the guy. You've managed to get this guy's expression, which looks really cool. I'm a big fan of that. It looks awesome. And there he is. And yeah, and then a nice one of the walrus there, which I called a seal, didn't I? But it looks pretty cool. And then that one there, it looks like he's got like a nice expression. But this is just a nice wide angle shot, because you've got a lot of kind of stuff going on in the background as well. So that looks cool too. And then there he is. And there's Charlotte as well, peeking in. Perfect. All good. And then we've got William Pyle. Some nice shots in the museum. Brilliant. And then I think there's a couple shots on this as well. I'm literally just going to whiz through these guys because obviously I know we're pressed for time. So nice. Yeah, that's a really good close up there, like that, and good. Yeah, it's some good, really good stuff here. This is a really good shot. I love this shot through here, the framing. Obviously, you and Andy did really well to kind of get the framing through here, and that's a nice shot of that there. So those, I love those ones. That was a really good creative idea. The childhood memories of the walrus pics, is it, Sue? Can imagine, yeah. Well, we'll have to see yours, Sue. We'll definitely get them on for week after next after we've been out. Yeah, good idea to get these apartments as well because they're quite interesting, right? Like they're really weird that they've got like these kind of balconies and stuff there. It's pretty cool. This is a really good shot. Obviously, because it's white, it came out a little bit overexposed, but the actual um like coverage here, like the framing of it looks lush, just like getting all of this um bit of like leaves and stuff popping in. It looks lovely. That nice little one of the ducks, the light hitting the water beautifully. And then that one's better as well. You changed the exposure, made it even better. Nice one through the window. And yeah, some nice shots. And then cool, nice bit of graffiti, palm trees. And then we've got the owl, the monument. Nice shot there. Well done getting the trees. And nice to actually get that man in as well, because I actually think that's a good idea. And look who that is. That's us. There's Sue. That's you, Sue. And there's me. And then that must be Charlotte and Linda right there as well. So yeah, there we go, guys. The whole team all together. And then there's an old couple behind us looking kind of bewildered. Actually, I remember the exact point that this picture was took because that old couple just told us that there's a man with a hawk down there, right? Do you remember? And we were all like, really? We were like, well, let's definitely go down there. So that's what happened there. I remember that now actually. Um, Okie dokie. Let's see. And okay. And that was it. That's the last one, is it? Is my computer bugging out? There we go. More. Wow. Yeah. For this, I know that seems like, I think that's quite an artistic shot. I know that sounds crazy, but I really like it. I think the angle looks really nice, and I think there's some good shot depth of field as well. Because it's stuff like this is quite abstract, quite arty. I like that shot. So yeah, good idea. And there he is. Oh, beautiful hawk. And there you go. Great shot. Great clear shot of the guy and the hawk together. Good focus on here. Well done. Looks nice. And there he goes. And I think we're back to the start. So yes, that is it for the photos, guys. Thank you so much. Perfect. We've got a lot of good photos there. You're more concerned about the seagulls getting in your bag of strawberries in that pic, so fair enough. I can understand that. Okay, guys, we are going to take like a 5 minute break, just literally 5 minutes, just to quickly reset. I'll leave the stream on. Just going to take a quick 5 minute break, and then we are going to go straight into a bit of photo editing. So it'll give you guys a chance as well to download the resources if you want. We're just going to do a little bit of editing in Photopea. Nothing major, but we're just going to have a little go on that. I'm going to show you a couple of things. We'll just revisit some of the stuff that we've already done and just have a little bit of a play with some adjustment layers and things like that. And then maybe to finish off, if we've got time, we'll have a little look at recap on some of the stuff from the taster session. So we'll see how we get on. But we're just going to take a 5 minute session just to reset, guys. I'm just going to get a quick glass of water, and then yeah, we'll be back in no time. So yeah, I'm just going to leave the stream on, guys. So yeah, if you guys want a water break or anything as well, that's totally fine. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just took it like a 2 minute break just to get a glass of water and just reset because we're gonna do some stuff in Photo P. Um, so I just want to get stuff started for that. So yeah, back into it. Thank you for bearing with me there, guys. And I hope you had a chance to get some water yourselves and just reset. So yeah, guys, if you, I've already got this loaded here, but if you guys would just go in to your resources, we can just delete that out. I need this one there. So if you would just go to File and Open, and yeah, you should have. If you don't have these guys, if you'll just look at the description of the video, there should be a link to the drive which should have these pictures on, and it's just Intro to Photography, Session 4 Resources. It should just be next to where the survey is, guys, just next to the survey. Which also reminds me, please make sure you do the survey as well. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm just going to put the break screen back on for like 1 second, and I'm just going to post them in the chat so you guys have got them in the chat as well. But yeah, and then if we could just put selfie on, and we're just going to have a little edit on selfie. Just going to teach you guys a couple of techniques of what we can do. I'll be literally just going to put this break screen back on just while I post them in the chat. So yeah, it'll be 2.8 seconds. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Okay, so here is the survey, guys. So if you guys could please do the survey, that would be a massive hand. You guys know the drill by now. And then I'm going to post the link to the resources as well. Cool. Alrighty. So it's gonna me and me are gonna watch the YouTube, then do Photo P after together. Totally fine, mate. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You can just that's totally fine if you want to do it afterwards. That's fine. It's just something to bear in mind. Some like nice, easy, quick little things you guys can do. Just that like to edit your photos, really make them like a little bit quicker. Cool. So right, I'm gonna go straight back into it, guys, and we're just gonna crack on. So there, I shared the link to the drive. If you don't have it, and there's the survey link there if you just want to do this survey. But yeah, once you've got it, it'll just be in your downloads. And yeah, once again, you just go to File, Open, and then you can just pick the selfie picture out of the Session 4 resources. And the website, if you haven't used it already, it is just photop.com, and it is P as in PEA.com. I'm sure you've used it before by now. But yeah, we start off with the just the background of the lady. We're just going to press Control and J, and that gives us our second layer there because we can start to edit on this layer. I never usually like to edit on the background layer just because in case something goes wrong, you've always got your background layer to resort to. So I'll always make a duplicate layer. So let's have a little look. So if you can't remember the shortcut for that, you would just right click and you would just click duplicate layer. Brilliant. So we're going to actually do a little Gaussian blur behind her. You may remember we did something quite similar not so long ago when we were editing. See Daisy. When we were editing a picture together. So we're just going to kind of recap on that. But we're going to do some slightly different effects this time. So it's same but different. Hold on, I'm going to go around. All right. Yeah. So I'm just going to zoom in. So to zoom in, it's Control and plus, and then I'm just going to go around her. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. It's just for practice for now. But when you've got your own time, you can spend as much time as you want on it. If you're curious as to what tool I'm using, it's the polygonal lasso tool. It's the third one down, and you just left click on that. It should be already there. If it hasn't came up, right click it and select the polygonal lasso from the drop down menu. Okie dokie. So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna be too precious about this because obviously I know that it's just for the sake of example. So as I'm saying, guys, when you guys would do this yourself, you might take a little bit more time with it, but considering we're doing this just in the session, I'm just gonna go through it a little bit quicker. You can see that it's like brighter on her hair. It's because she's got like a lens flare. So that lens flare automatically kind of brightens the image a bit. Interesting. Okay, we're almost there, guys, actually. Cracking. Yeah, see, it didn't take that long. Just flew through it, guys. And then we're just going to link that back up. If you can find that. We start there, maybe. There you go, cracking. And what I'm going to do now, guys, what are we lassoing? You're just lassoing around the girl. So if you could lasso just around her, Sue, then that would be perfect. And then we're just going to press Control and J, and it's going to duplicate our layer again. And then there you go. We've got a background of just her. So if I deleted this and this, then it's just her now. Can you see? So I'll give you just another minute just to do that. So we're just going to lasso around her. Once again, if you feel like I'm going too fast at any point, you can rewind the video back and have another look. And then it shouldn't... you can just kind of do it at your own pace. Okay, so once we've lassoed her, then we're going to add our Gaussian blur. So yeah, as I said, guys, you're welcome to just either watch the YouTube video and do it afterwards, or you can do it with me as well. Both are totally okay. All right, Kraken. The Kraken, the sea creature. So here we go. So yeah, we're going to go to filter. So if you go all the way to filter, once you've got your cutout, we're going to select the second layer. So for me, it's layer 1 copy. I'm going to call this. For naming your layers, just double click on it, and you can name it as whatever works for you. So I'm going to call this cutout. And then that, so I'm going to call that, yeah, layer 1 copy is fine. I can live with that. So yeah, on layer 1 copy, I'm going to go to view, filter, down to blur, and then Gaussian blur. And because it's on a second layer, and I've already got a layer of her on top, it's going to only blur the background. So we're just going to click on Gaussian blur there, and then it goes to 7.2, and you can already see, guys, that it's massively started to blur the background. I'm going to put that up to 8, so it's like a significant blur. And look at that, guys. Should we try 9? Should we go crazy? Let's go to 9. If it's too much, we can always undo it. So we go to 9, and then bang, it's really kind of blurred the background. I'm going to go to 10 actually. So look at that, guys. So you can see that background there, and then you can see once it's off. Sorry. So if I turn that eye off, you can see we've already added like a shallow depth of field that wasn't there before. So you know, sometimes if you don't get your shallow depth of field in your picture, you can just add it yourself. And I think that looks much better with a bit of blur there. But I'm actually going to put it to 10. So I'm just going to click Control and Z, which is undo. I'm going to go back to filter and then back to blur. And then I'm going to put 10 in. I think 10 is actually okay. 10.2 might be too much. And then that layer's off, so I'm going to turn it back on. And then, no, I don't think it is too much. I think it's perfect. And then that looks absolutely fine. But if you've noticed, let's have a little look. If we go to her, there's certain bits of it like that which look kind of weird and like quite like fake. So what I'm going to do there is I am going to mask around that. I'm going to add a layer mask, and I'm just going to gently erase those parts that I think look a bit ugly. So if we just go back one more time, so it's starting to look decent. Let's take that off again. So look at that. It makes a world of difference, doesn't it? Shallow depth of field created just right there. Okay, so if I add a layer mask, so yeah, you go to raster mask there. So you just go down to raster mask, and then just click on that one, and it should make it on the right. Make sure you clicked on the right hand side. Now your white tool is going to take away, and your left tool is going to draw on it. Okay, so if I just go to B, if I press B on my keyboard, or I scroll down to this one here, and I just select the brush tool, and then with a white brush, I'm just going to make it white. It doesn't matter if it's just any other color than black, and I'm going to make this a soft brush with like 42 hardness, 24. The opacity is 100%. I can make that more. I'm going to make the size much bigger, like 100, and then I'm just going to kind of slowly paint around that. So let's see if that's making any difference at all. Might need to switch. So you can see how it's kind of unblurring it, right? So what I'm going to do is, I don't want it to be as obvious as that. So what I'm going to do, I tell you what, hold on. I'm going to take the opacity down to like 44. And then I'm just going to kind of selectively go over it and just unblur around her. So yeah, I'm just kind of, so we don't have full opacity there, but we're just getting rid of some of the blur around her just to make her pop out even more. So yeah, you can see she's really popping out. Right, brilliant. You can see it's raising those hairs. Yeah. All right, cool. So that was, look at that. So if you look at the stairs in particular, it's just made our image pop out a bit more. Okay, and then now we're going to add some adjustment layers onto her, and then after that we're going to do another picture. So once we've got our blur, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the adjustment layers box here, and sorry, I'm not going to click that. I'm going to click this one which looks like a 50-50 like an Oreo, and we are just going to, so if I click on my top layer here, and then I'm just going to go to brightness / contrast. Yeah, brightness contrast. And then if I want to clip that to the just a picture below, I would just press Alt. So I click on left click on brightness contrast, and then I just click Alt, and then it clips to the layer underneath it. Or also I could click Control and Z, I could right click, and I can press clip and mask, and then it'll also clip onto that top layer. So now I'm only editing on the cutout. You see what I mean? I'm not editing on anything else in the picture. So here I can kind of adjust it how I want. So I'm going to put maybe a little bit more contrast on her just to get her face popping a bit more. Cool. So there, brilliant. So if I take that layer off, you can see we've added just a bit more kind of color to her and a little bit more definition. Okay, can't see the bottom of my screen because of the white board. Got it. Give me a second. Because of the whiteboard, how are we going to get around that? I can move my cam up to here. So I'm moving the car. Here we bloom and go. Give me just a minute. See how this is going to go. Right. Okay. Oh, I know what we can do. We can just make it a little bit bigger. So bloom and fidgety. That's the one. All right, that's the ticket. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, so fair enough. Yeah, Amelia essentially knows where it is, but others may not. I've moved it down slightly, and I've moved my camera a bit. So hope I've moved the position of my camera, and I've moved that. If I just put that up. There you go. Right. Okay. How's that? That should do the trick. Don't be daft, man. It's all right. Well, it's a good point, Amelia. We're just sorting it out so we can make sure that everybody can see the screen a bit better. Yeah, that's better. We can see it now, right? Cracking. Oh, good. Thank you. All right, cracking. So yeah, there we go. We've put the brightness and contrast up, so you can see it's just added a bit more definition on her face, and it's made it stick out a little bit more. So that looks about twice as good. So yeah, just to kind of recap the tools. The layer mask is this one that I always think looks a bit like the Japan flag. It's called the raster mask, and it's just that one there at the bottom. The one at the left is your adjustment layers, and then if you click that, you'll get this window with all of the different kind of adjustment layers you can do as well. So you've got your adjustment layers there, and then you've got your layer mask there next to it, and then to the right you've got your new layer as well. So those are the ones that we're going to be working with just for now. Right, so yeah, we've added brightness contrast, and we've got that. We can also edit the background layer. So if we go onto here as well, where it says layer 1 copy, we can add an adjustment layer around here too. So if we go here, and let's see, we can try, we don't want anything that's going to change the color of the background too much, but we can have a look. Let's see. What would it look like if we did black and white? If we go black and white, I'm just being experimental here, guys, by the way. You can change. So it starts to look quite fake there, doesn't it? But we can edit that out though. So yeah, if you go to black and white, you get quite a bit of control over different colors, but we don't want that for now. We are going to go to photo filter, and then that gives you like a nice kind of sepia tone, but it doesn't match her there. So if I just put it quite low, just adds a bit of warmth, doesn't it? Yeah, it's just putting a bit of warmth into the image there. Let's try one more. Let's go to hue, saturation, vibrance. I like that. Let's go to vibrance. So we're just going to put the vibrance up. That's what I'm talking about. And then a bit of saturation as well. We're not going to make it go red. But yeah, let's put the saturation down a bit because that matches her skin tone. So brilliant. Cool. And then I feel like she looks like she's being cut out. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a layer mask on this as well. And then I'm just going to kind of fade bits of it in. Wrong way, sorry, if we go back. I'm going to go to my white and just kind of get bits of it out to make it look. That's the one. So there's stuff like that. Total. Right. Okay, I don't want to tinker with it just too much. I might actually put a bit of blur there. That's better. Gonna put that like really low. Okay, last bit, and then we're gonna move on, guys. Just gonna kind of, yeah, that's what you want. But oh, okay, that looks a bit better. Nice. So yeah, guys, so you can kind of add some features just to kind of pop it up a bit. See, we put a bit of brightness contrast on her. Added a bit of vibrance, just to give it a bit of color, just to kind of give it a nice blue feel. And then obviously we added a Gaussian blur as well. So just a couple of things you can do just to kind of pop your image out a little bit. We're going to do one more. If you go to File and Open, and then I'm going to go to our little kitty cat here. Love this cat. I'm going to show you how you can change the eyes of the cat. So if we go to Control and J, I'm going to show you what you can do just to kind of change his eyes. So we're going to go to, once again, to Polygonal Lasso Select. Left click, that's the third one down. Right click the little box there if you need to, and select the middle one. Now we're going to go and we're going to cover his eyes in. It's okay if you lost off, don't worry, yeah, just replay it later. Well, we're doing a new piece now, Sue, so if you want to have a start on this one, you're welcome to. We're just going to get started on this little kitty cat. So yeah, as I was saying, Sue, on this one here, don't worry about doing it exactly as I did it, okay? You just kind of have a little play around with some of these options and see which adjustment layer you think looks best. It's just about kind of discovering which one you think is going to work best for you. The ones that I used was I used vibrance and I used the brightness and contrast adjustment layer. I put the brightness and contrast one at the top because I only wanted to edit her. I put the vibrance one in the middle because I only wanted to edit the background. However, it may be different for you. It depends whatever you would like, how you would like it to look. But we are going to start on our little kitty cat. He's going to be our last one for today. Okie dokie. So we're just going to select our polygonal lasso, and we're going to make sure first we've got a separate layer. We've got layer 1 in the background, and then we're going to get our beautiful kitty cat's little eyes here. Look at that, what a star. And once again, don't worry about being too precise. You can sort that out after. There we go, one done. Then we're going to hold shift when we select the next one. And there you go. Cat's eyes. how lush this is. Yep, can. Yeah. Use guys, make if you guys recall, we've got Lightroom on the phone. Definitely check out Lightroom. Adobe Lightroom. It's free on your mobile phone. It's like the Adobe software. Definitely use that because you can make some really good edits with that. Send me in some photo edits as well if you guys have got some cool stuff. You can edit your own photos that we took out when we were out and about. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna get some amazing stuff. Right, so we've got the two eyes selected, guys. We're going to press Control and J, which is duplicate. And now I have a layer of kitty cat eyes. Looks kind of weird by itself, actually, but it's going to be nice. And yeah, absolutely, you can see the before and after. Okay, so with these kitty cat eyes, I mean, that sounds weird, doesn't it? Kitty cat eyes. With these eyes, I am going to add an adjustment layer. So if we go to our little 50-50 here, and then we are going to go to hue/saturation, guys. All right, cracking. Good job, Andy, mate. I'll have a look at that. Hue saturation, and then there you go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure, actually first, we're going to make sure it's clipped to this. So you see second layer, so I'm just going to title that eyes. And then on that layer, I am going to make a clipping mask on the top layer here. So if you click on the top layer, right click, clip and mask, and then that's going to clip onto the eyes. And then if you go to Pro, where it says Properties, it's going to pop up that. And then have a little look at this, guys. So look at that. So yeah, you can see which color you want the eyes to be. So you can have like deep purple eyes, which looks quite cool. Or you can have maybe like, yeah, the purple eyes look quite cool. I like these blue eyes, they look really cool to me. Yeah, that's it. Then I'm going to add the saturation up a little bit so they're like kind of really popping off. Look at that. There you go. Whoa, that's so cool. It's like kind of creepy, but now you don't want to put the lightness up too much because it's gonna start to diminish the quality. So yeah, so now I've got properties. So there. So you can see that I've changed the color of the eyes there. So if you look at the original, so if I just turn that layer off, so that's what the original eyes look like. And then that's my edit. So you can see how it's created like quite a difference from that to that. And it looks really, really cool. Like those kind of normal cat eyes to these kind of deep, kind of beautiful eyes here. And then I am going to add, let's see, we're going to add something to just this layer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to photo filter. And then there you go. I'm going to have this nice sepia tone on here. I'm going to put it like 55. Brilliant. Then that should be cool. So there you go. That's our cat with some nice kind of effect onto it. I reckon I'm going to turn that down a little bit on the eyes. It's a little bit too intense, but it looks really cool. Maybe like 60. No, I think 60 is good. 59. Right, brilliant. So there you go, guys. So if we actually turned off some of our layers there, we would have, that's his normal eyes. It's our edited eyes. And then if you go down to the actual filter, that's his normal skin. And there's the nice kind of warm glow we put on. I'm just going to put that up a bit actually. Go to properties, and I'm going to put the density like 70. It looks nice and warm. Okay, brilliant. So yeah, we've got photo filter. So that's it. We change his skin to like a nice brown. And then we've got these nice blue eyes. So yeah, I think it looks really, really cool. Obviously, if you wanted to change the actual color to like something else, like purple, you're welcome to do so. Then you can purplize, looks kind of creepy though. And then dark blue. Green, and it kind of just goes on that scale. I think blue is probably, these light green ones look quite cool too. Yeah, that looks better. It looks more natural. But then obviously the saturation is still quite high, so it's fine. But yeah, there's our kitty cat with some cool eyes that we kind of popped in. And I actually think that looks really cool. So I would say that that is about it for today, guys. Pretty much. I'll make sure to check out the pictures that you guys sent me across. Thank you for that, and we'll be able to check them out in the second half, probably next session. Well, maybe we're going to be out and about next session, but perhaps the session after that. And just we'll kind of show it at the beginning, and just say like, listen, yeah, these are some of the edits that the guys have made. It's good that you guys are doing the photo editing as well as the whatchamacallit as well. But get like sorry, sorry, that was I know that was good. It's good that you guys are doing the photo editing as well as the picture taking as well. The good thing about this though is it doesn't have to be a huge saturation layer. Like literally, if you just wanted to make those eyes pop out more, you could add. If we go to brightness contrast, even yeah. So if I go to brightness contrast, and then if I just make a clipping mask again, and I could just edit those eyes to like, so I could just edit the eyes even if I just wanted to get a bit more kind of definition in them. So if I want to go to like 0, let's put it up to like 12, and then we'll go to like 40 or 53, and you can see they're starting to get more definition. I'm going to turn the saturation like quite a bit down. There you look a bit more natural now. There you go. So yeah, so it just depends on how you want to do it, guys. Feel free to put as much effort, and it doesn't have to just be eyes. You could just select any part of anything, and be able to kind of do edits just on that bit. Just make selective edits, and you can do multiple. The way that you would just go from one to the other, so you just hold Shift whenever you finish making your selection, and then move on to the next one, and then they would become part of the same selection. So yeah, there's a bunch of really cool different kind of techniques that you can do. And yeah, guys, thanks for joining me once again today. I appreciate it. It's always a long session on the virtual one, especially, but it's always good fun and we cover a lot of ground. So thank you for sending in all of your pictures once again, guys. Your pictures look absolutely fantastic. You guys have done some really cool stuff. Um, and yeah, I hope that you guys are able to get out and enjoy a little bit of the sun before it goes away. Because I know that these are the last days of summer, right? So hopefully get out and enjoy it. And yeah, I'll email you guys on Monday about stuff for Thursday. But you basically know the drill. We'll be going to Roga Beach. I'll bring the same cameras. I'll bring the 3 cameras I brought last time. I might bring a couple of the point and click ones. We'll see how we get on. But those ones are available to use, the ones that you guys were using last time. And we'll get some good shots. And hopefully it's not going to be lashing down. I'll double check the weather this weekend. But yeah, all good, guys. All right, so thank you very much. Make sure that you get the survey done, guys. And I think that that's about it. Unless anyone's got any questions, just before I pop off, just please get them in now. Thanks. All right, cracking. Well, okay. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Charlotte, Andy, Amelia, Sue, Lynn, Linda, everybody. And if I've missed anybody out, I'm sorry. Thank you everybody for yes, tuning in today. And that is it, guys. I will see you guys next week. And yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Well, we'll be okay. Sorry, there's one last question. That's right. I don't actually know exactly yet, Charlotte. So I'll put that in the email on Monday. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's probably easier to meet at Rokia than it is actually at Media Savvy, right? But it'll be, I would say, roughly, let's say maybe 10:30 because I need to get the kit over there and stuff. So it just gives me time to get sorted as well. So like roughly 10:30 in Roker, and I will confirm exactly where on Monday. Okay, right, cracking. Good question though. Thanks everybody for tuning in, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys again shortly.